Hi, this is Mr. PJ with the Funky Farmer. This edition we're learning more about kefir. We've done many different episodes on kefir. They're all through the internet. You can read about kefir. It's all there. But this is for the folks that I'm trying to help out. First of all, I have a disclaimer. You know, this is a probiotic, and you take this at your own risk. I'm not saying it works for you or not. I do use pasteurized milk. If you take your grains and you want to cross them over into whole milk, then that's up to you. But I use only pasteurized milk so that the FDA doesn't come after me. Okay, and it still tastes pretty good. This is milk, this is water, and this is milk. Okay, the water ones, they're a little easier to deal with. Now I'm going to crack this, and I'm going to hope you listen. And hear if it makes any noise. I don't know if you heard that or not. Now this has been brewing for some time. And you see the fuzz, the bubbles coming up. It's carbonated now. Okay. Now I came at just the right time. I knew that this ball jars are supposed to be sucked in, not pushing out. This one was being pushed out. It's almost to the place where it was ready to blow its top. Now, this is just regular apple cider vinegar. And that's what we use to wipe the tops down with. You got to keep that seal clear. Same with the. Oop, that's just a ring. It doesn't matter. Okay. So that's what we do with that. Now I rinse that off usually. I usually take a paper towel. Do that. Let's save that. There we go. There's our little ring. So now this is ready to go back on after we strain off the water. Oh, I needed a cup. Alright, here's the cup. Okay, what I do is I'm going to strain it over top of the sink because I might spill. That's a sample. This is everything else. Now what you do is, oh, I got a couple grains in there. Okay, now you see how much is left in there, right? Right. I think it was pineapple juice. So now what I do is, I take my two fingers, or food chop a stick, and I go over top of it like this, creating a pour chute. And try to keep in as many of the kefir grains as possible while draining all of the liquid. Now, oh yeah, oh that's hot water though. Oh, I'll be right back. I forgot, when you go to do this, you want to use just regular crystal or whatever drinking water, spring water. This is purified drinking water, to add to your, and I only really go up to right about there, and you see everything in there spinning and churning. Okay, now you just added water, but you haven't added anything else to it, so you need to add sugar to make the kefir happy. Now what I recommend is just using regular old brown sugar. I like using molasses. Depends on what color you want the water. Now if you use the white sugar, you're going to get a different kind of taste and different kind of texture. I like the brown sugar, and so, you know, you mix a pretty good amount in there. And so that's that. We put that on top. Oop. Take a picture. Okay. Then we shake. Back it off just a hair. This one's ready to go in. Now, how does a kefir taste? That's mildly refreshing. This one kind of reminds me of like an apple cider, pineapple-y, mango, I don't know, all the fruits that we've been putting into it. And so that's actually pretty good. Now, that's about how much I drink. You can drink a lot more. It's like drinking soda because you're drinking a lot of sugar. You see how much sugar I put in this stuff. Okay, the bacteria eat so much, but it is a probiotic, carbonated drink, very good. And you can see the carbonation is excellent. But it's only good for a little while, and it's no longer any good. It won't be any good this afternoon. Alright. Now for our next project, milk kefir. Now milk kefir is a little more difficult. Now when you get your kefir, you may not be at this kind of a culture yet. Okay, this is a mature culture. You see you have stuff on the bottom, you have water in the middle, and you have stuff on top. And again, this is, I don't know if you heard that, it was rising up. You can see where the lid is bent up. Whoa. Now, again, I'm going to scrub the lid with some vinegar and wipe it clean. Now we don't always get everything off, that's for sure, but we want to get mostly on the inside right here at the lip. If it is bad, that's most of the time where it's going to be bad at, just that little taste. So I like to make sure that that goes away. Now, when you're doing your kefir, you're actually going to soak that lid a little vinegar and water. Okay. Now, also, so you know, there are different kinds of ball jars. This is called a wide mouth. It's got a big giant lid, as opposed to the normal ball jar. You can see the difference in the lid size. It's much easier to work with this size. For what I do, this is a nice one if you're canning like tomatoes and big stuff like potatoes and whatever else you may can. And so that's what that is. So we're going to put our kefir in here, but now here's how it's going to work. You're actually going to get your kefir in something like this. And what it's going to happen, just so you know how it's coming, okay, first thing I do is I check this stuff out, and I look at it, and you see that nice creamy texture? That's almost perfect. It's almost like a sour cream right there. Oh, that's good. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not, Yeah, I guess you can. We are going to try unsuccessfully try to get the water out from the kefir. We try to get as much of the water out as possible when we're separating it. Most of the time, you don't need to separate it like I'm doing. You would have just come in here, shaken it up, and added it and taken yours out to drink, and then been done. Now, what you're going to see here this white, thick stuff here, this is the medicine version. You don't want to drink but a couple teaspoons of that at a time. And that's only not because it'll hurt you, it's because you're not used to it. I mix a couple teaspoons of this with yogurt, parfaits, any of those kind of things. And it does wonders. Okay, so we're good on our time. It's only been 12 minutes. Sorry about the length. Okay, now we're going to take this out. And we find what are called the grains. You see the, I don't know if you can see these or not, the grains. Now the grains, that's the part that makes all of the kefir. And that's the part that when you shake it up, gets dispersed amongst all of the kefir. This is the part that you're really consuming. The other stuff is leftover milk that needs to be drained. You actually only really care about these little guys here. And so what happens is I'll bring you'll get a bottle like this. This will go in a refrigerator, and you add this to your ball jar, however much you have, and then you take and you add your milk, to right there. You take that, you seal it once, shake it all around, break the lease, or break the seal. Make sure it's not sealed. Loosely, can't be sealed. Now you're going to leave this on your counter for at least 8 hours, preferably 12. And what you're going to do is you're going to come by every once in a while, close it, shake it, put it back down. And this is assuming that the normal house is about 76 degrees here in Florida. Now if you happen to be in a hotter house, then by all means, but you would really want to stay at about 76 degrees for at least 12 hours. Now mind you, when I travel with this, I bring it sometimes 11, 12 hours without refrigeration. It will not hurt the kefir. The kefir eats all the bacteria. I'm not joking about that. Now this is a guess. Now, oh, and also the milk, as I said in the beginning, I use just regular old house milk that which you can go at Publix or whatever brand, it doesn't matter. I like the Borden brand, not because of the milk's any better, but I like the opaque container. It helps keep the bacteria doesn't really care for the light.